So Yelke Boston was definitely someone who I really admired, and as a professor, I think I really learned a lot from her. And she was teaching the course on gender and social policy, and that's what I ended up doing later on. So I think that's partly the reason I got passionate about the topic. I did also enjoy a lot the classes on inequalities by Andy Sumner, and I still remember some of these videos that he showed us on the Palmer ratio and how to measure inequality. So that's also a key memory, and I remember how passionate he was about the topic as well, and I think it really transmitted onto us. So those are some of those that probably I remember the most, but really I think everybody had a lot to pass on, not just in terms of knowledge and experience, but really creating an environment where we felt we could learn from each other as well. So I really remember all of them. But I do recommend it. I think one thing I particularly appreciated of that master's is really just the how much attention is given to fostering your critical thinking and your critical analytical skills. So in terms of skills, that's something I definitely find it useful later on for my own career. And the second thing I really liked, and the reason why I would recommend, is that it's at least the master's I did, but I think more broadly the department really gives a broader overview of some of the development issues that different countries are facing. And at that time, there were a lot of emphasis on the BRICS, and when I studied in 2013, 2014, there was a lot of emphasis on the BRICS, but it really, it's still so relevant today as more countries are moving up the income ladder. So it really gives a broader perspective, and it focuses a lot on institutions, which is something sometimes we forget a little bit when we tend to work in international development sectors. I think not all organizations, international organizations, focus on institutions, and whereas at King's I really did learn a lot about those and what they actually are, how they play out. And so I think the combination of the skills enhancement opportunities and the knowledge that you learn is really valuable, and something you really can bring on to your career, regardless of whether you go for a more research-oriented or policy-oriented. I do think there's a lot that anybody can really take away from that.